NDC Deputy General Secretary justifies raid of former Central Bank of Ghana governor's home, attributing to reset Ghana voted for. And President Mahama condemns killing of military officer in Bawku, quickly rebuking abuse of residents by military. We've got this and more coming right up this day. You're welcome to the GH Today News. My name is Acquah and it is Thursday, the 21st of March, 2025. Now, the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC and Deputy Director of Operations at the Presidency, Mustapha Bandi, has defended the recent national security raid on the home of the former Bank of Ghana Governor, Dr. Ernest Addison. Now, according to him, the move is part of a broader reset Ghanaians voted for. He dismissed claims by the minority that the raids were politically motivated, arguing that their concerns were merely attempts to shield individuals from lawful investigations. Bande further stated that this is only the beginning, hinting at more actions to follow. He made these remarks on News Tonight.
Dealing with serious security matters of persons who are politically exposed, they call them PEPs, who have handled sensitive institutions, have led to several loss of amounts of cedis and dollars, including collapsing of banks, which involves the loss of businesses that is owned by private individuals. And so when the state embarks on an operation, you label that as an unlawful. All one requires to go into an individual's private property is a warrant. Whether they choose to execute it daytime or night, it still is a lawful entry into that person's, property. So what is the hue and cry? We lived in this country when they chose other means of, persecuting and also chasing people who were similar performing government rules in the previous government. Where were all these scholars who are ranting and chanting and, mentioning books? Look, the minority should keep quiet because the ball is yet to start. We haven't started the game at all, including the minority leader himself. His time will come that he will be brought to book. And so I think that they should shut up and let us go through the process. Look, anyone who has a question to answer will have to answer. Making allegations against national security officials who are discharging their lawful duty. For me, I think it's an unwarranted and a bad attitude from a minority side. You may not have voted for this kind of change, but I can assure you that one of the reasons Ghanaians voted out the previous government was the belief that some wrong acts have taken place that involves, the use of state resources, and that it's a wanton obligation of government to ensure that we bring people to accountability. I think that it's a cover-up. They are trying to shield persons who are believed to have undertaken some wrongdoing, and that persons who are before investigation. That is exactly what the opposition is trying to do, but it will not wash. Mr. Addison has not been judged. He's not been jailed. There was a warrant, a document from the court that allowed people, state officials, to go in there to conduct an operation. And then if you have a problem, you can have a problem with it, but that is at the level of investigation. And so I don't see the hue and cry from my minority side.
Now, President John Dramani Mahama has condemned the killing of a military officer in Bawku. The officer from the 11 Mechanized Battalion reportedly died after being attacked by gunmen. He was said to have left his station without wearing his uniform and proceeded to another location where the gunmen accosted him and shot him. Speaking during a thank you tour of the Upper East and Northern regions on Thursday, the president also condemned the military's retaliation.
I wish to take this opportunity to condemn the killing of a member of the Ghana Army recently in Bawku. The members of the Ghana Armed Forces in the conflict zone are peacekeepers who have been sent there to protect life, limb, and property. It is unacceptable for them to become targets of a conflict to which they are not a party to. I, in the same vein, wish to condemn the high-handed response of our men in uniform, which resulted in assaults and injury of many innocent civilians. I can understand the righteous anger at the loss of a colleague serviceman, but we must exercise restraint and use effective intelligence gathering to identify and bring the culprits to book. I wish on this occasion to extend my condolence to the family of the deceased soldier, and at the same time to extend my sympathies to all those who were assaulted or injured in the military counteraction.
The opposition NPP has directed all members to cease media pronouncements that create disaffection within the party. Various stalwarts in the party have taken to media platforms to express their frustrations at incidents which they believe contributed to the party's defeat in the 2024 elections. But with emotions boiling over, the party has had to remind its members that their actions violate the party's constitution and has served notice it would refer all those found culpable to the party's disciplinary action. There's more in this News Desk report.
I have just called His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to congratulate him as President-elect of the Republic of Ghana.
That was former Vice President and Election 2024 flag bearer of the NPP, Dr. Mahmoud Maumia, conceding defeat to President John Dramani Mahama in what may be described as the biggest election landslide in Ghana's recent history. The NPP, visibly stunned by the defeat, set up a 12-member election review committee chaired by former Speaker of Parliament and renowned political science lecturer Professor Acquah to perform a post-mortem on the defeat and develop a pathway for rebuilding the party for the next general election.
The wisdom of the National Council, 11-member committee has been put in place. The mandate that has been given to them are in about 4 folds.
But before the 3-month timeline would elapse, leading members of the party have been on a tell-it-all on various media platforms expressing their misgivings at some pre-election decisions. Key among them are former Subin and Asante Akim North MPs GHOne and Andy Appiah Kubi, who have blamed former President Akufo-Addo for the party's defeat.
We have all worked for the ticket for him to be elected president, for us to be elected members of parliament. So we want to see him and discuss these things privately with him. That the way he's going, please. He may not run again, so of course. But at least we have a party to win an election. So we're all concerned.
The blame will go by extension because he refused to listen to us even when we saw reality and we tried to communicate to him. He wouldn't take anything of that sort. He was too recalcitrant.
Former Majority Leader Osei Mensah Bonsu also revealed how he voluntarily stepped down in order to prevent the party from splitting.
I didn't want to be the eye of any storm in the party. I'm quoting myself. Until I'm resigning.
Conclusions of fact-finding committees are often accompanied by rumors, and Inshayeso MP and former Deputy Finance Minister Dr. Stephen Amma did not take it lightly when the supposed Ashanti Regional Report accused him of contributing to the party's downfall in the region.
I mean, the fruit to a MPP for this say, we win election. Yenya is our grown because this time will be an yeti. Then my culture and no smart Acquah. I'm an about constituency. Ever present the report. Mama Omo Wednesday. Put the media to up to Friday to retract and apologize to the constituency. And yes, sir, nobody should control me.
But while the party remained largely silent on these comments, the recent return of former Dom Kwabena MP Sarah Adrasafo seems to have ruffled feathers.
Me started yedi gender mami. Me who beba time na. President Akufo-Addo catch me say me audit of school feeding. And sani ya mami sikapo di aye adwuma. And I did my audit. Me the report echo cabinet. Omo pa omo me kanche me say me boa. And the rot, majority of the rot in the central region. Rot katasisa project kankan.
It was school feeding.
It was school feeding.
With allegations of corruption, backstabbing, and a resurrection of controversial circumstances of the passage of the 2022 budget and e-levy accompanying her return, the NPP, through its General Secretary, released a stern caution to all members. Justin Frimpong Kodia further in the statement says he won't hesitate to hold persons who flout Article 3.5 of the party's constitution, which enjoins members to defend the good name of the party. One can only wonder if the release of the statement is simply coincidental or a direct response to Adrasafo, who has been speaking on various platforms. And will members of the party who have so much to get off their chests heed to this caution, or it will rather trigger more reactions?
Well, with yesterday being Oral Health Day, dentist with the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, Dr. Jessica Armstrong-Mensah, is cautioning Ghanaians to desist from procuring the services of unprofessional persons for the purposes of teeth whitening. Speaking during a free oral screening exercise for market women at the Obubloshi market, Dr. Armstrong-Mensah urged market women to take time off their busy schedules to visit the dentist every 6 months for a routine checkup and cleaning to reduce the risk of oral health complications.
With the huge inequality in access to professional dental care in Ghana, more people often delay in seeking treatment for oral health problems. This delay often results in dental diseases such as gum bleeding and tooth decay. To help address this gap, the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, in commemoration of the World Oral Health Day, offered free oral screening services to market women at the Agbogboshi market.
We chose here because, market women are always busy and then they can't leave their shops to visit the dental clinic for screening. That's why we basically came here. Most of them have a fair idea about dentistry, about their oral hygiene, but then they don't know where exactly the dentist is. They don't know where to find a dentist.
At the event, General Dentist with the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, Dr. Jessica Armstrong-Mensah, warned against the craze of teeth whitening. He advised Ghanaians to procure the services of professional dentists to avoid complications.
So to whoever who wants to have their teeth whitened, they should actually go to a professional dentist, and not, because you might end up with side effects which might be beyond repair. So please, for the teeth whitening especially, please seek professional care.
Some traders expressed gratitude for the free oral health screening.
We thank God that they brought this program to us, because we don't have time in the market to go to hospital and be waiting, taking the lead. But it's good that they brought the program here for us so that we too can benefit.
About check vitals. Pekeno say agbene Acquah onyanyo je ke ni bi eboni eji keji ehimboni sa amake bono ke hin wa make wake neke ba na me rija ma chano ke kwemwambo.
The World Health Organization recommends a dentist to a population ratio of 1 dentist per 7,500 people. However, Ghana currently has about 800 dentists, serving the needs of over 31 million population. With this exercise, the Greater Accra Regional Hospital is hoping Ghanaians will voluntarily visit dentists twice a year.
Now, the Black Stars of Ghana will play Chad today at 7 p.m. in their Group 1 World Cup qualifier. The Stars currently lie second in the group and could go to the top of the table if they beat Chad today. On the back of missing out on the 2025 AFCON in Morocco, there's pressure on the team to qualify for the 2026 World Cup in the USA, Canada and Mexico. There'll be live commentary on Star FM, Ultimate FM and Empire FM. For more on the Black Stars, join Jones Aji at 6:20, which is very soon, on the Sports Chat. Well, that's all we have for the GH Today news this morning. My name is Acquah. For more news updates, click on starfm.com.gh. Go Black.